So basically, we decided to come together and form a group called Why Don't We?
They could be like the next thing.
The newest, hottest band out there. Well over 1 million people checking them out online.
5 guys taking the world by storm.
What's up? I'm Zach. I'm 17 and from Dallas, Texas.
I'm Jack. I'm 18 and I'm from Susquehanna, Pennsylvania.
I'm Daniel Seavey, 19 years old, from Portland, Oregon.
I'm Corbin. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Centerville, Virginia.
I'm Jonah Murray. I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Stillwater, Minnesota.
Growing up, I've always been into music. I've always wanted to be on stage, perform for people, and as I got older, music helped me get through a lot of things.
I was around 8 or 9 years old when I really got into music. I actually started posting YouTube videos to try to get my name out there before I was in the band.
Before I was in a band, I started playing on the street in Portland and eventually joined a show called American Idol.
I started playing guitar when I was in 7th grade. I started live streaming on this app/website called YouNow. It kind of started my little internet following.
I was a solo artist beforehand, and I started off kind of doing a lot of social media type tours, and then branched off and did my own solo tour for a little bit.
It was hard because I left the house at 15 years old, and my parents, it was kind of weird for them to just kind of let me go and work in LA.
Me and all the guys were friends before the band started.
We all decided to just go hang out in LA, not really planning on being a band.
The vibe was good.
We were like, yo, why don't we make a band?
That's kind of where it all started, and here we are.
My first impression of Jack was, wow, this guy is so funny. How is this possible? First impression of Jonah, I remember I met Jonah at the biggest show that I had performed at the time, and I thought he was really cool.
I actually absolutely hated Corbin.
I saw Daniel on American Idol a few years ago, and I tweeted him. Zach has just always been a stud. He's younger than all of us. The man's just killing it. The first week in the Why Don't We house was a lot of fun. We played a lot of FIFA, ate a lot of cereal. Me and the guys got an Airbnb together, and we absolutely trashed the house, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had.
When our first song, Taking You, was released, I think we had been a band about a week, and we worked on that song and just threw it out right when we made it. We couldn't wait any longer to put it out, and so I'm glad we did too, because I feel like right off the bat it showed that we were really excited about what we were doing and we liked doing what we're doing.
I realized this was something real for the first time when we got invited to play on the Jingle Ball tour, because that's arenas. That was an arena tour.
Boys! MSG!
Dude, let's do it! Madison looks like we're watching it backstage at Madison's
Yo, what's up, bro? We're about to play MSG! Let's get it! We're about to go on stage.
That was when, like, everything changed.
And we were like, yo, what if one day we perform at MSG? Like, and we finally got to do it.
We've always wanted to play arenas.
One, two, three, why don't we? Oh, this is only the beginning!
Growing up, I listened to a lot of Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes.
The artists I listened to growing up were Michael Jackson, Michael Bublé, Justin Bieber, Drake.
My dad would always play like POD and U2. That was always cool.
There's videos of me when I was super young, probably like 3-4 years old, dancing to Michael Jackson.
I listened to a lot of like the Beach Boys, the Beatles, also kind of Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber. I remember sitting in the crowd. I was probably 12 years old and Justin was like 15, and I saw him and I was just like, dang, that's so cool, I want to do that. And that's kind of when I really told myself I wanted to do music, you know.
The artist I look up to right now, it is definitely Ed Sheeran.
He's so inspiring, and his work ethic is just insane.
The fact that he can just stand up there on a stage, just him and a guitar in front of a whole stadium of people and captivate them for a whole set is unbelievable.
My favorite artist would have to be Frank Ocean. His album Blonde brings me back to a really good time in my life. I really love, you know, his creativity and just the sort of wavelength he's on.
I play like 20-25 instruments by ear that I've counted so far, but I don't know, music connects in a weird way, and I think I've found that it's sort of like a language. We would all just hang in the Why Don't We compound, we called it, and we would just start jamming out.
I remember we'd wake up and we'd just instantly be inspired to write.
We recorded all 5 of our EPs that we have out right now.
We worked with our boy Radio, he's a producer, and then also a songwriter named Candice Pillay.
2 people that mean the world to us and have always been there since the beginning.
They helped us through everything. They're amazing people.
The release process for like the first year was just super quick. We just always had music coming, and as soon as we finished one project, we were off to the next.
We'd basically be recording almost every day.
We went into it like, yo, we have so many ideas, like, why don't we just release them all? Like, why don't we just show the world, like, what we're doing?
It was really just about putting out as much content as possible. And I think that really helped fuel the Why Don't We Fire, and, you know, contributed a lot to the success that we've had so far. So the mashups are something we've been doing on our Instagram for a while.
We fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up time.
It usually consists of like 2 or 3 songs. We usually let the fans pick the songs.
We'll just all sit down together, grab our guitar, and then we just start mashing them up, and just turns into magic.
We decided, let's bring it on tour.
We are huge fans of Ed Sheeran, and we've seen his live show, how he uses a looper and his guitar and his voice. We're like, yo, how can we combine our mashups with the looper? And then Daniel had the idea of using like this beat pad and then looping the beat pad on the software on his computer. It sounded so cool the first time he did it, and we're like, okay, we need this in our show. And yeah, that's how that started.
Getting our first #1 was honestly like a surreal moment.
It was super unexpected.
Definitely a very big milestone checked off the list.
It was really, really an amazing feeling. Like, this is all working, and I can't believe, you know, our dreams are coming true.
My favorite Why Don't We song, it's gotta be Runner off our Why Don't We Just EP. It's just such a creative, different song.
My favorite Why Don't We lyric ever has to be, you gotta take the chance right in front of you. You gotta make your plans what you're gonna do. If you wanna make, you know, an impact on the world and make a name for yourself, you gotta take a chance. I think that just kind of explains, you know, my life in a way, and like how I got here.
Recording the first album has been one of the coolest experiences ever. I think my favorite part is really just getting to see everything we put on paper come to life.
I never thought that, you know, we'd be working with the people we're working with or having the resources we have.
We're so used to dropping EPs, like every month usually we would drop one. And finally, we're coming out with an album.
From this first album, fans can expect kind of like I guess a new side of Why Don't We? I think we're really taking this music to the next level and, you know, really maturing as artists.
We are just taking time to perfect it.
I think it's a big step up for us.
It's gonna be a really special album, so I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Love you so much.
Our first show ever was in Philadelphia.
We had been a band for like 2 months.
I'll never forget it. I mean, it was honestly still one of my favorite moments in my life.
We all are probably going to remember this night for the rest of our whole life. And I hope you guys will too. And like, we'll remember Philadelphia, you guys showed up. You freaking packed this venue. This is our first show ever, and you guys are here. So thank you so much. This is a family. You guys are family.
I was nervous for that first show, but the crowd was amazing. So far, we have done 3 headlining US tours. We just finished up our first ever headlining European tour, and then we've also done a couple radio tours.
The first one being Taking You Tour. It was a little club tour we did right when we became a band for like 50 people a night. So then we went to Something Different tour. We played a show for like 300-400 people. That was pretty crazy. Then we went to the Invitation tour, where we did some venues I dreamed of doing, like the Novo in LA, PlayStation Theater in New York. We brought that to Europe and did our first tour in Europe, which was also insane. And we did some radio tours. We did like Jingle Ball, played Madison Square Garden, which still is just unreal.
The best thing about touring, in my opinion, is the traveling aspect of it. It's really, really cool to travel the country and travel the world and just get to see, you know, all the different cultures and try all the different food, and just really get to see like how people live.
The best thing about touring personally for me is seeing the fans and just being on stage and them singing back our music.
Meeting people that I've seen online for years at times that have been supporting us, and now I'm meeting them in person and really just getting to have an actual conversation with them.
Handling the stresses of being in a different city every night was at first something you had to get used to. You know, every morning you wake up and you don't really know your way around, you don't really know where you're going. But you know, it becomes the lifestyle and you wake up every day with a new adventure.
The energy at one of our concerts is always the best energy you could ever ask for.
Everybody's always singing our lyrics, and everybody's just their self. You don't have to be someone you're not at our show.
A lot of fans meet over the internet and they haven't met in real life, so when they come to the show, they actually meet each other in person and are able to enjoy the show together, and there's something really special about that too.
On the road, life is actually it's a bit harder than you would think, but it's a really good time.
Our bus is here. She's beautiful. She's the Phoenix.
I am very organized, and you can't really be organized on the road. You can't really even have many expectations because every day is so different.
Kind of just live out of a suitcase.
It tends to get pretty messy when you have 5 teenage dudes on one bus.
Overall, I just feel so blessed to be able to do what I love, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
My favorite show we've ever played was probably on our past Europe tour. It was in London.
I just never thought I was going to do a show in London, and then our first show there was for like thousands of people.
It's just like the coolest energy I think I've felt from a Why Don't We show before.
The first time we ever performed together was an acoustic set in an ice cream shop in LA, and not too many people showed up. Now we're selling out big venues all over the world. What stayed the same is I think just us as people and like who we are. We're very down to earth, and our families keep us very well grounded. What's changed is everything.
We're doing a lot of things that we never thought we would.
Thank you for everything. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and we work so hard for you, and we're going to continue to do that.
Our fans are called the Limelights. They named themselves after the first line in our first song ever, which is "I need you in my life like limelight."
The name actually came from them, not us.
We went on Twitter one day and they were trending #WeAreLimelights.
The thing I love most about Limelights is probably just everything they've done to get us where we are now.
I love how passionate our fans are. Not even just about us and our music, but just about positivity and friendship. If I could describe our fans in 3 words, I would say talented,
Creative,
our fans are respectful,
Loving.
caring,
dedicated, hardworking, passionate.
So I'm biking around Venice, and I see this, and they're all promoting our song right now. That's so cool.
Beautiful and overall just amazing. None of this would be possible without the fans at all. The amount of support and love that they show us every day is amazing.
They literally do everything for us.
We would not be doing what we're doing right now if they didn't exist. So we owe them the world.
We'll see a bunch of our fans at shows just like meet each other for the first time, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
I think the best thing about having such supportive fans is it kind of gives us a lot of confidence to do things that we usually wouldn't with our music or our show.
I think the best thing about having that level of support is just always knowing that people are there for you.
It's really awesome to have the level of support that we do because, it gives us a platform to spread positivity and a great message, and we're all super happy, positive people, and so to be able to do that on the scale that we do is really, really cool.
We actually never expected this kind of support, so to have it now is amazing.
It makes me want to keep working harder and harder every day.
The community our fans have built is truly amazing.
They've all actually built like a family.
You can just feel the love in the room at the shows, and the community is the best.
All of our fans really care about us and really want us to just succeed, and they're the reason why we're here.
I think my favorite thing to see with fans is when they say we help them through something, because that's what music is all about to me, is spreading joy, spreading positivity.
To see what we're putting out in the world affecting people like that is really special.
It's really, really cool to shine a light in their darkness. I just want everybody to come out and have an amazing time and just lose all care in the world and forget about all the negative thoughts they might have been having, forget about all the issues they may be dealing with, and just have an amazing time at the show and really just walk away with a smile.
I want the fans to take away some joy and some confidence and some fun from us, and I want them to take that and spread it to their friends.
I really want our fans to know that we love them so very much. Without them, we would not be here. They've just done so much for us. They've supported us through everything.
You guys mean the absolute world to us, and we work so hard every day because of you guys, and you guys push us to work even harder every single day.
All of us guys have been through so much to try to do music, and now we're doing it because of you guys, so thank you.
Thank you is the only thing I could possibly say to them.
Thank you for giving us this amazing life.